I cannot say that I was expecting that result. An absolutely huge result for Spurs. They win 2-0 at the Etihad against City. Again, back-to-back years. Let's talk about it. Again, as I said, a huge result for Spurs, especially coming off the news all this week. You're getting clowned in the media. You're getting clowned everywhere. It doesn't matter. It's the Spursy way. You lose Eze in hijacking fashion. I mean, it's just on some like very, 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 not necessarily once in a lifetime type of thing, but like that was pretty embarrassing. Like that's about as embarrassing as it can get. The biggest rival swoops in at the last second and steals him. Frank puts the message out there in his press conference earlier in the week. We want people that are going to want to play for the club. So he sent a message, and I doubt the dressing room for Spurs really cared about that stuff. But still, maybe they responded in some type of way because they looked hungry today. And again, getting that type of result, coming off of especially how City played last week, it's just so big for Tottenham to get going this early into the season. And Spurs did it in different ways today as well. First, they beat City on the counterattack. They had a great pass out to Richarlison. He had a great assist. And then he got that out to Brennan Johnson. He had a great finish as well. It was just overall just great football. And that put Spurs up 1-0 about midway through the first half. And then only about 10 minutes later, right before half was going to start, oh my gosh, this man Trafford with a dumb mistake, stupid mistake, just kicks the ball to his player, who is surrounded by 3 Spurs players. Mind you, they're so close to the box. They're so close to the box. Just a low IQ play by Trafford. I don't know if the moment just got too big for him, but you just cannot pass there when there's really no support. There's no support. You're putting your player in such a bad position there, and it resulted in a City goal, and that really was a big difference today. And at least maybe it would have been 1-0. I think City could have held their heads a little bit higher today, but seeing that they gave up a goal in such a dumb fashion, I mean that's got to piss Pep and the squad off. Just not good keeping by Trafford. And again, it's too early for me to overreact. I'm not going to overreact. I heard a lot of good things about Trafford coming from the Championship, but maybe this is just a little too much for him. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just remember seeing him with Burnley in 2023. Obviously, they got killed, but again, it's a different side. We'll see, but man, not what you want to see from the keeper that you brought in. Now, again, we'll see if they do get Donnarumma, which if they do, obviously a significant upgrade, but he's an upgrade about pretty much over any single keeper in the world. But man, I'm definitely going to be moving forward in the next couple of games. I'm going to be monitoring how does Trafford play, because that was just not the greatest stuff today. And he even had some questionable decisions as well in the second half. And as I mentioned, Spurs have now showed us that they can win in multiple ways. Last week, it was more of the high-flying attack. You score 3 goals. Again, it was against Burnley, but still, it looked very clinical. They looked sharp. You're the one controlling the tempo. You're doing what you're doing. Today, a little bit different. You're scoring on the counterattack. You're pressing the keeper, forcing mistakes. It wasn't necessarily the most, high-flying attack from Spurs today, but they capitalized on their chances. They dug deep. They get on the road. They win. And I think that's a huge thing for them. Thomas Frank, honestly, again, he's done a great job. And this is why I was kind of annoyed when Spurs got Thomas Frank, because I was like, damn it, this guy is a good manager. And so far, he's showing that, again, he can win with multiple ways with this team. So I think if you're a Spurs fan, you have to be happy about that they're showing that, we can adapt. We can go on the road against a really great side against City and do that. Or at home against a team that we'll beat them convincingly. Again, it's only 2 weeks. I'm not overreacting. But I think at least from what we can see, Spurs have the capabilities to win in multiple ways. And that's what you want as a club. You never want to be reliant on one way to win. You want to be able to adapt, and you want to be versatile. And I think that's only something that should be praised for Thomas Frank right now. And do we have to maybe take a step back with Manchester City? Yes, obviously last week's result was fantastic. You absolutely batter Wolves on the road, 4-0, beautiful win. But today was maybe, I don't know, just a moment to maybe pump the brakes again. Trafford, do we have to lower some expectations on him? The City attack just did not really do anything for me today. I think they said they had maybe 1 or 2 shots on targets the whole second half. There just really wasn't much there today. I mean, Haaland really wasn't that involved. Reinders wasn't that involved, and he's coming off such a big week. I didn't really love what I saw from Doku. Just again, typical, just forcing it down the left. Again, I know he's a work rate guy, but I mean, there are certain times where he's just trying to do his thing where he's, running down the left and trying to force the ball in, and it just keeps resulting in corners. You could literally see Haaland just becoming visibly frustrated. So, again, I think City are still going to be good. It's so early, so that's why, again, I'm not trying to overreact. But did we maybe sip the Kool-Aid just a smidge too much last week against a pretty poor side, we think, at least for Wolves? So City are going to have to show us that they are going to be able to bounce back, which, again, I think that they will. But still, when we look at this from a table perspective, Spurs now have 6 points. You are undefeated. Good for you. City, you've already lost. You've already lost 1 game, and now you've dropped 3 points. And that's going to be huge when the games start to really pile up. So City didn't even get a draw out of this. They didn't even get a draw at home out of this. So, Pep's going to be fuming, but they have some things to clean up. But yeah, it's just a big result for the table, and again, a big result for Spurs. Just didn't expect this one today. But that's all I got for you on this one. Just again, a quick recap of the games. I don't know exactly how I'm going to go about this every week, but I'm kind of liking this post-game analysis, like on the matches that I think are worth something like this. And I thought today, hey, this is 2 Big Six clubs going at it. I think this is definitely worth a post-game analysis. So maybe we'll continue doing this. We'll see. But yeah, if you enjoy this video, feel free to give it a like. Drop your thoughts down below. What do you think about Spurs? Is this, again, just more of a fluke, or do they actually look like they are maybe a little bit more of a transformed side this year? Again, am I overreacting? Is City still a really elite side where we may be sipping the Kool-Aid too much last week? I don't know. Let me know down below. And if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe as well. Check out my TikTok down below in the description, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.